What's the deal, my people? You know what it is, Don Tony Teflon. I'm back at you, another one. And from season 3, we got the full trailer. We are here to break down the full trailer. 1 second, I just have to do something really quick before we just start running this thing. I just got to check something out real quick. Hopefully, y'all are here with me, rocking with the Don Tony Teflon. You're rocking with the best. Thank you so much for rocking with the best. We're here real quick, and then I gotta go to this, and then I just gotta do this, put this on there, and all right, we are there. Let me get back. You're rocking with the one, the only, the Don Tony Teflon. Listen, we got the pictures for you. We're gonna have the call-in lines. We're going to do all this stuff for you straight up. We're gonna have it all. You want to do the pictures first or the call-ins first? That's up to you. You know what I mean? And all that. Wait a second. My background's fucked up. I'm not supposed to be on the Iron Throne right now. Jesus. Listen. I just rushed to get a video done. I put that video up. That was the fastest I've ever done a video to get it going on and everything. Let me put a new background on this thing real quick. The proper background. There we go. All right. There we go. Now I got the proper background on and everything. What up to everybody out there? What up to everyone who's joining me? You know what I mean? I appreciate you jumping off here with me and everything else and all that good stuff. We're going to have the call-in line open in a second. I can't show the pictures and do the call-in line at the same time, unfortunately. That is why we have to choose what we want to do and everything else. So we'll go through some of these pictures first, and then we will go and get into it, everything. As always, Thug Muggers in hand. Make sure you like this video, thumbs up this video, and everything else. Make sure you do all that good stuff. We'll give a shout out to the people who are here rocking with us right now. What up to Fatima up in the building rocking with him? Jay Sleek is in the building rocking with us. William Waddy is up in this building rocking with us. Bright is in the building. Kimberly in the hotel room at San Diego Comic-Con rocking with us. Kind of Love Epstein is up in here rocking with us right now. Sarah J. Cyberry? I don't know. Let's just say Sarah is in the building rocking with us right now. You know what I mean? Officially, him is in the building rocking with us. Well, thank you for everybody joining us. We have more people than that joining us, and I'll give some more shout outs to everybody. I know I'm a little late. I know there's other channels out there that went out there and everything else and all that good stuff. But I gotta get that other video out there and everything else. Make sure that you hit that thumbs up button on your way in here, so that way more people can find this. We gotta have those likes up there and everything else. Like I said, we've been rocking with this thing from day one. It's the Don Tony Teflon. Now there's a lot of people jumping on this bandwagon, and I appreciate it because the show deserves more fans. So I'm glad more people are enjoying this show. I'll be back tomorrow. Again, we'll do another breakdown. I'll probably have LMR or Phil with me, unless Phil jumps on here. He knows the deal and everything else. But right off the bat, let's get to this trailer. Let's look at some of these pictures, and then I'm going to want to hear from you. And then we're going to take the calls right after we get through. All right, so first picture we get is the normal picture that we get, and that's someone in the barrel. I think, we got a good hint of who's in this barrel now. Is being carried. Someone's got, obviously, it's very someone that is important is up in here and everything else. But I think we get a good hint of who it is. Again, I think the thing that we can notice about when they're dragging this barrel is the fact that Jade is the one doing it with Boyd, right? The fact that Jade's doing it means to me that it has to be somebody that Jade also cares about. I don't think the body is that heavy where they need to have people in there. Now, from the trailer we've seen, it definitely was a massacre. More than one person dies in this. I'm sure a lot of secondary characters, but this is the main person right now, rocking with it right now. That's in here. Next clip we get Donna. Donna's up in there, and she's consulting Boyd, because Boyd's over here saying that he couldn't save everybody and that they were ambushed, right? Which means something. Like these creatures now all of a sudden ambushing people and doing things like that. Something that we didn't see, you know what I mean? Something that we just did not see before. Like these creatures are now moving the phase 2 in this whole situation. All right. After that, we see a body here inside of the church, and Boyd is carrying the body. I mean, listen, it has to be Kenny's mom. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. It has to be Kenny's mother. There's no way. And that's why I dropped that video that I did. Make sure you check that video out, the quick breakdown, before we get into this. I dropped that video because I don't want to do a live stream and then all of a sudden say the same thing people in the chat are saying and everything else like that. You know what I'm saying? And then people saying, oh, you just copying motherfuckers in the chat. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to make sure I got my thoughts out there real. But yeah, to me, this is Kenny's mother. You know, we've seen before with the other foot, the foots look small. We know Asian people got some small bodies, some small feet and everything else like that. You know, not all of them, but I'm not stereotyping, but I'm just saying in general, you know, they'd be smaller people, right? So I'm just saying, to me, I don't see it how it could be anyone but. I mean, who else is it going to be? You know what I mean? That Jade also cares about and everything else. It really, to me, unfortunately, it has to be Kenny's mom. And she's such a nice lady. She came on the channel. You know, she came on this channel before. We did a great interview with her. She's mad cool peoples. You know what I mean? So I don't want it to be her so bad. I don't. But in all honesty, I mean, I think we have to disagree. We don't got to agree, but I think we have to say that this most likely is Kenny's mom. Unfortunately, that's what it seems like and everything. Let's keep the pictures going and stuff. We see Ethan is out here. We see Boyd approaching him. Ethan's out, so he's got his hands in his pockets. Don't know what he has his hands in his pocket. Boyd seems to be holding his wrist, his left wrist. Now, maybe this is just a thing of comfort, or maybe his left wrist is hurt. It's hard to tell, but he does seem to be holding his left wrist. We see that this is the bus. The bus, this is where Victor, you know, see where Victor's seen the boy in white, it didn't seem like there were this many toys out there, you know, like a gymnasium or whatever, a playground, I guess is the right word for it. Didn't seem like, it seemed like it was on the side of a house. So this has to be a different spot than we've seen before with him over here. It has to be something else going on here, something different here, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, Boyd is definitely holding his wrist right there for some reason, injured or something's going on there. You know, let's see, Bright. We'll take Bright saying, no, TNX, let it be Mariel before Julie. You know, Julie gets caught in the trap. But we'll see that in a little bit. You know what I mean? But she definitely gets caught in the trap. But Julie's wearing different shoes. That's why I don't think it's her in the wagon or the wheelbarrow. Right? So Boyd is inside of this pasture, it seems like, where they have cows and other animals. We see an animal behind him. We can see it's a cow that's behind him. They never really show cows here. You know, listen, it explains things. They never showed it before. They didn't show us whole cows and things like that and everything else. You know what I mean? But it does seem like they had, I thought they just had a couple of goats, but it seems like they have full cows and shit. But it makes sense. I mean, they do be doing stuff with milk. We never seen them do it, but you know, they had pancakes and making flour and things like that. So you would think that they would have to have some type of milk in there, and this would make sense why they would have that milk in there, that they have a couple of cows in there. But they never showed the cows before. This is the first time we actually get a chance to see the cows. Not that the cows are along for this planet. We see Victor here looking out the porch. I mean, we've seen that shot before. And then we see Kenny, and Kenny seems frustrated, and we can see that he has flowers in his hand right there, you know, 2 flowers in his hand. One of the flowers in his hand, you can see him right here, the flowers in his hand, and it seems like one of the flowers is yellow and the other one is white. It looks like could be daisy or something like that. The anger that we see from Kenny in this scene, right, that he smashes the radio, when it goes on, it just makes you think that this is Kenny's mom, and Kenny's already lost his dad, and now he's gonna lose his mother, so it may spur Kenny on. We talked about Dark Kenny, we talked about Breaking Bad Kenny before. We said that it could be a situation where this is where Kenny's gonna break bad after this situation, because we do see him smash the radio that's on the table, which I think is wrong, because the radio on the table are the people that are actually trying to save and help Kenny. But in his moment of grief, I think that's what he's done. When we see him smash, every time he gets mad, he's smashing shit, right? We seen him smash Sarah's stuff last year, and now he's smashing this. So I think the only way to look at this situation is that Kenny's mom is dead. She's died. This is after the fact. They must have had a funeral. There must have been some type of flowers put on the grave. He took two of them and went inside of the cafe. Obviously, this is what his mother operated. She's the one who ran it, the diner. So it just all makes sense that this is Kenny's mom is the one who's in the barrel, and she's the one who passed away. And it doesn't look like that she passed away good. You know what I mean? KP is in the building. He says, we were waiting for you the whole tonight, but I could see you were doing some makeup, Tony. I wish I was doing the makeup and everything else. I was getting that video done. I had to get that video up there. Again, I wanted to put that video out before I came on the live stream, so that way all the thoughts on that video were mine. There are a couple of things I did notice that I didn't catch in the video because I was watching all of it on my computer screen, and then when I finally watched it, when the video was done, I was able to watch it on my television set, and I seen it really big then. And then there was a couple of things that I didn't catch, like the bear trap and everything else. I didn't catch that in that video, but I caught it after when I was watching it and stuff like that. So that's one thing I should have said in there, but I did not get a chance to say, but we'll say it here tonight. Again, we see the radio, and that's when Kenny breaks it. Now, we get an interesting shot here. We have Jade here, right? Looking up. Someone's next to him. It looks like they got either this is a wool hat or a shoulder. If it's a hat, it was someone small, but it's like a shoulder. I don't know exactly who is that next to him. Could be Victor next to him. And then he looks up, and then that's when he sees this guy. Now, I have no idea who this person is. I don't know if we've seen this person before. But it does seem like this person is into drinking blood. I'm gonna assume it's blood. I don't think it's wine in this motherfucker. I don't think he's over here drinking 7-Up out that motherfucker. I'm gonna have to say he's drinking blood out of somebody's skull. You know what I mean? This is definitely. I don't think this is really happening. I think this is inside of Jade's head. But he's definitely drinking what I would think is going to be blood when it's all said and done out of a skull. But what does that mean? You know what I mean? What does that mean that he's drinking this blood and everything else? Larissa says hint to some type of ritual. Could be a ritual. He's definitely got clothes from back in the day. You know what I mean? Definitely a back in the day situation. You know what I mean? Perk Minded's in the building rocking with us right now. He says, I feel like Christy or Ellis are going to be going to. Christy get caught in the trap, man. She get caught in the trap. And it seems like we have another ambulance person, so she may be expendable. So I know people may think that he's carrying Christy. And I just don't see it being Christy. It could be Christy, but I really think it's going to be Kenny's mother. I mean, it could be Christy because she does get caught in the trap. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they can kill all those people off. You can kill 3 people. You're going to kill, Kenny's mom, and then you're going to kill, Tay Chin, whatever her name, and then you're going to kill Ellis and Christy. That's a lot of death for one season. A lot of death. I mean, I wouldn't mind to see anything like that, but to me, that is a lot of death for one season. I don't know if they're going to do all that death in one season. That it seems like a lot of death. But it does seem like the new EMS person died in that same scene we saw in the trailer. Yeah, I don't even know what this EMS person is. That EMS person's packing. How the EMS person over here packing got heat on them. You know what I mean? I don't understand it. And why did they bring that in there? People never really come in there like that. You know what I mean? And it seems like they're coming in there too quick. Glenn said, I don't think I saw Tilly in the trailer. Maybe she, no, the person in there's got black hair. You could see the black hair on them. It's someone, whoever it is, got black hair. Tilly ain't got black hair. So it's definitely not Tilly. You know what I mean? Without a doubt. Where this new EMS came from, does the ambulance has to come to town because it has power. You know what I mean? The tires are still good. So it's definitely a new EMS person. Don't know where it is. We'll take a look at that picture in a second. All right, we this is where we see Kenny and Jim off on safari. You know, where they got is this out of nowhere, this white rock. Is that a skull by their foot? Or is this a white rock by their foot? Is that a skull or a white rock? It's funny how they just have that one white rock right there and everything while they're up there on safari. This right here, you know what I mean, hanging out together and all that. I would think it would have to be a situation where they're looking for Tabitha. I can't see them doing anything else but looking for Tabitha at this particular time. Kenny still got the same outfit that he had on from earlier that we seen. So I do think it's a situation like that. You know what I mean? That he put this backpack on. Now his mother is dead. Now he's off to the wilderness trying to find a way out and everything else. You know what I mean? So Mr. Freeman says, being a first responder can be dangerous. EMS carry firearms in my city, but I live in the rural. Yeah, they don't carry them around where I'm at, but I could see them having it and stuff like that. But she's definitely trying to put slugs in this motherfucker when she comes out that EMS truck, you know, and Boyd trying to use it to escape or do something in there with it or some type of thing. I mean, they're gonna need medicine, right? Need more medicine and everything else. So it makes sense why they were bringing in another EMS worker, but if that does make Christy and her girlfriend expendable if they bring them in there and everything else. Perp Minder says, because Christy's girlfriend looking over Julie, you see her hair. It's shown real quick by the pool wearing the white shoes. Christy has the white shoes on, but she has those like leg warmer. You know, those leg warmers are there on her too. I don't know if that's Christy's girlfriend. The person in there looks like they have like black hair, but yeah, she's got the leg warmers on. So Christy's the one who rocks the leg warmers. Again, you can see right here. This is Christy, and you can see she's got the high. You see where her pants stop, and she's got the high white shoes on. 100%. Listen, she's got the white sneakers on. It definitely. Listen, I ain't gonna hold you if you think that that's Christy in there. You know what I mean? She definitely. We see her get caught in the trap too, because you remember this. Her shoes. She does get caught in the trap. Listen, if it's Christy, I ain't gonna hold you that it could be her. It's quite possible that it could be. I still think it's Kenny's mom though, but it could be Christy. Who knows? It's all messed up, man. It's all messed up right now. We don't know, you know what I mean? But you can definitely see that the white shoes. It definitely could be, because we know she gets caught in a trap. So it would be easy for him to be the one who died. I don't know if that would affect Jade the way it seems like it's affecting Jade. Again, we see it's Boyd and Jade pulling it. I mean, Christy would affect Kenny that way, right? If Christy dies, Kenny would lose his mind. Right, so the madness that we see from Kenny would definitely be feasible. Why he would be mad? He'd be mad if it's his mother. He'd be mad if it was Christy. But to me, the time factor could be the fact that that Jade is pulling the cart too, helping Boyd, and it just makes me think that it's someone that means something more to Jade, and that would have to be Kenny's mother. More than that, but without a doubt, she's got the white shoes and everything else in there. So, and we can see it in this picture. And they didn't show a lot in the trailer, so she may get got. what is all of that? Why did that happen like that? Let's go back. It just went fast for no reason. All right. You see, this is Jim. Not much to say about this scene. This is Jim talking to Boyd, saying things are getting worse here. We see Fatima here, and Fatima has a hell of a trail here. This food is fucked up. They're all out there. She's looking at it. This looks, if that's all food, compost or whatever, because we know that's the greenhouse where they keep the food in. Listen, the food is done. Again, we could tell by her shoes that it's not her in the trailer. I think they got other plans for her in the show. I think obviously when we're starting to see it and everything else, you know what I mean? So yeah, you know what I mean? Again, it's Mrs. Lou seems like the person who's in there who's gonna die and stuff, Definitely see it. I think let's go through some of these questions. I agree it's Kenny's mom. I think she dies in an ambush, and Kenny's upset because he was going with Jim when it happened. That's why he wasn't pulling the cart. 100% could be that reason. That sounds good to me. I think the reason they get ambushed is because the talismans stop working when winter begins. I don't know if they could live like that without the talismans working. I just don't think they'd survive one night. They'd have nowhere to go. It's snow outside. You can't dig holes. It's too much. The ground's going to be too hard really to start digging. We do see Victor start digging, so the ground isn't that hard, but eventually the ground's going to get too hard and everything else. That's just what it is. Mr. Freeman, he says Tony stole Jim's wife and had the nerve to say that Boyd should be asking me. I stole her. You're correct in that one. I ain't gonna lie about it. You think that preacher character is the same as Martin? They look like the same actor. The beard is similar. This guy looks like he has a lot more weight on him than the actor who played Martin. That could be, done by CGI and stuff, so it could go either way. Let's keep it going. It's Donna showing him the food, the rotted food. They got a pumpkin in their hand and everything else. And yeah, the food situation is going to make people start to panic. All right, we got Victor here, and it seems to me what Victor is trying to do is he's trying to find something that and I don't think he can find it because the trees are moving on him, and it's making him hard to remember exactly where he had this down there. Without a doubt, making them that. I kind of love, as you say, I could see cannibalism, and if it might come down to that. It might come down to that. I mean, I ain't gonna tell you that it's not. It might come down to that. Yeah, Victor's trying. He buried something. He's trying to find it. I don't think he can find it because the trees are moving, and that's why he can't find what he buried and everything else. All right, we see Victor digging some more. He's talking to Sarah. We've seen Sarah twice in this trailer. All right, then we see Tabitha here inside of the confessional. Right. Now they do have these in hospitals, so it's possible that she made it out of the hospital, but it's also possible that she still is in the hospital, right? Because they have those in the hospital still, depending on the size of the hospital. People before they die, they bring the priest over to to give them the last rites and everything else. So she's out here, and I think it could be a situation. I'm telling you, these people in the hospital are trying to make her believe that the things that she's seeing and the things that she's saying isn't true. And I think they may say, well, why don't you go talk to the pastor or father, and maybe he can help you out, go through this whole situation and stuff, So I think most likely that's what's going on with her in this situation. Damn, people like Dale is going to try to eat Ellis. Damn. I don't know if he'd be succeeding in that one. I mean, if you eating anyone, you eating the big people first. They got the most meat on them. Dale will be the one getting ate before Ellis. That chick with the glass in the eye, she on the hit list. we cut a piece of ass off of her, fry that bitch up. You know what I mean? I mean, you go for the big ones first. The big one gonna get it. Big one gonna get it first. You know what I mean? Before the skinnier people, I would think. You going after it. You know what I mean? I mean, but with me, that's the way I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I'm gonna have it. If it gotta go down, it gotta go down. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm afraid something happened to Fatima. I've seen when she's puking blood or losing teeth. Is she dying? She's changing. We're about to talk about that as soon as we get to that picture. We're gonna go into Fatima in a little bit. All right, so this is the pastor person. He does kind of look like Martin in the face. It does look like Martin, but I don't know if it is Martin. Martin was there for years and years and stuff. So if that guy was there for that long, but what if this is Martin and everything? Let's just go through that and say it's Martin or something like that. Yeah, if this is Martin, it kind of gives away too much, right? Because if it's a situation like that, when Martin is out here and we've seen him die inside Fromland, I think then you start to not care if these people die in this town if it's a situation like that. You know what I mean? It makes all the deaths weak if it's like that, because you know they're not dying in real life. So how could they do that if this is Martin or something like that? I just think that would ruin the show if they did something like that this early. You can do that, but I don't think you can show that in the third season unless the fourth season is when it's going to end. Unless it's only going to go 4 seasons. You know, it may only go 4 seasons. We don't know. You know, but if they do that, I think it ruins the show myself. So I don't think they could do that this soon. You know, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Now, this to me is the most important scene in the whole trailer. I mean, we can clearly see that there's the bottle tree is right here. Right? We clearly see the bottle tree is in front of this man. So this is Victor's father. I'm telling you that this guy is Victor's father. And you may, he looks a little young to be Victor's father. Victor about 50. His dad could be about 68 or something. And that would work for this guy's age. And that's what you would look like at that age. But I am 100% convinced this is Victor's father. Who else could this person be? If it's just somebody else, you know what I mean? But to me, this is Victor's dad with Tabitha out here right now. I can't see it being. I mean, it can be whoever else, but to me, it looks like this is Victor's father. You know what I mean? Without a shadow of a doubt. Because when you go inside of his house, this is Eloise, man, right here. I mean, if that ain't Eloise, then motherfuck me. All right, motherfuck me. You know what I mean? That has got to be Eloise in that fucking picture right there. It has to be. I mean, it has. I cannot see that not being Eloise. That has to be her. That has to be her. All right, I didn't think of this. Eloise's husband. She told him what happened to her, but she's dead. Or Tabitha's or is Tabitha in Eloise's body? I don't know if that's Eloise's body. I mean, when let's say this is Eloise's husband, as the Copper Broom says, usually you don't have pictures of yourself as a child grouped on the wall like that, right? You usually don't have that. You don't have like pictures of yourself. Like, I don't know anybody who has pictures of themselves as a child grouped on the wall. The only time you get this right here, when you have that, is when it's your child and stuff grouped on the wall. Now, people are saying this man's not old enough to be Victor's father. He sure is. He sure is, 100%. I mean, Victor's 50. This guy is 68. That's what a 68-year-old looks like. Victor's 50 in the show. The guy ain't got it, the guy ain't got to be 75, 78. You know what I mean? This guy is old enough, 68. So that's what a 68-year-old looks like. They don't look like Joe Biden. Joe Biden, that's far from 78. That's almost 80, 90. This looks like that. You know what I mean? So I would say this would have to be. I mean, that's who would have to be, and everything else. You know what I mean? I can't see it being anybody else. Who else is this guy going to be? And how is he going to have a picture of Eloise up in there in the middle if it's not that? You know what I mean? Unless you want to say Victor had another brother. You want to say Victor had a brother. Again, it doesn't make sense unless that's what it is. You know what I mean? It just don't make sense to me unless we know that that's who the dude is and stuff like that. Who else could it be? Let's see. It could be his father. He aged him up a bit. You know what I mean? It could be his brother. Yep, I could. If you want to say a brother, Victor's brother. We haven't heard anything about Victor having a brother. You know what I mean? So that's it. So people are saying, what is that jacket? That jacket is the same jacket given to eat. That jacket is saying, what jacket? This guy's wearing a shirt. What jacket are you talking about? What jacket are you talking about here? Father Daniel is saying it could be Eloise's husband. Is that a picture? I just, again, I'm not saying that it's not Eloise's husband, but to me, it just makes me think. I've never seen anyone group pictures of themselves in ever. I've never seen anyone group pictures of themselves in the photo. You know what I mean? Right there. So who is the photo next to the MGM logo? Yeah, I've never seen anyone have pictures of themselves as children on the wall in that display. Usually when you have a display like that, you know what I mean? It's usually when it's done like that, it's done because that's your kids. So so to me, I think that's what it is. I think it's the husband. I think it's the father too. The picture on the left is Victor, his sister, and his mother, and this dude, he is the father. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely the father, man. I'm telling you. That picture in the middle is definitely Eloise. There's a reason why they have that picture in a different frame than every other frame, and it's a single shot. That's definitely Eloise there. I don't think I don't think it's gonna be close. Anyone who doesn't think you can, but to me that's 100% gonna be Eloise in there in the middle right there, and that's why they have a special gold frame around it because they want you to notice that one. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it is. So I would have to think this is the father of Victor. I know y'all want to think, oh, he needs to be older. Victor only 50, man. It all depends. Dude had Victor when he's 16. He'd be 66. Right? We don't know how old he was when he had them and everything. If he had them when he was 18, he'd be 68. You know, so I think that's the way it goes. Now I've seen somebody come in here real quick and say that they know who this person is and they have a name for him and everything. What's the name for him? Is there a full name for him? Do we know Victor's last name? So I mean, even if you know his name, what would that prove that this is not Victor's father? How would it say that just from a name? We don't know Victor's last name, do we? I've never heard it. No, it's not the Hawk Tour girl inside the picture. Who said that, man, in the chat? Y'all crazy, man. Ain't no damn Hawk Tour girl in there. I'm telling you, man. Ain't no fucking Hawk Tour going on here. What the hell y'all talking about, man? Luna. Eloise may need pictures of her herself and a family post. her experience from Firmland. She needs her. That's Luna. I love you. I'm not saying it's not ideal, but in the end, I'm going by what I know about people. In my lifetime, I've never seen anybody hang pictures of themselves of children like that ever in any house. Anytime that there's things going down there like that, you know what I mean? It's your family and everything else. Epic Tunes, the chat, he says, T, we know those from Creeps got you. Ain't no one got me shook, man. I'm from Queens, New York, baby. Come on. See, I can't say much, but we'll learn more about Henry during the season. I mean, I don't understand that, man. It makes no sense. You gonna say you can't say much? Why you even bring it up there? Can't do that. That's a blue balls thing. You can't bring something up and say I can't say much. How you gonna do that, man? That ain't right. How do you do that? That's like a chick getting naked in front of you and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on my period." Why you get naked for that if you're on your period? Why you do that? Why you do it? It made no sense. You know what I mean? But listen, I'm gonna go with who I think it is. Everyone else has the right to their opinion. Thank you for the super chat, Epic Tunes. Truly appreciate it, man. Truly appreciate it. It could be Cap. It could be Cap. He could be capping out here. So why is everyone wearing a flannel shirt? I don't know. They maybe from California on some SA shit. They put that one button in the top and everything else like that. We'll see. We'll see. It could be Cap. The people are saying you capping, bro. There's nothing I can do about it. They're saying you capping. Yeah, the bottom right picture is Victor Nell. This is Victor Nell. I think it's the father. I'm gonna go with the father. All right. Now she's downstairs in there, and he seems to know why she's coming in. I don't see her in this picture rocking Victor's lunch pail. And we know she had the lunch pail outside. Maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe when she had the lunch pail outside and everything else, maybe that is what, that's how he got in there. Maybe he recognized the lunch pail and everything. You know what I mean? And everything else. Could be a situation like that. Thank you for the super chat. It's a T. Are the From Creeps magic or science? It's 100% science based. This has nothing to do with magic. I've said it and everything. That's just what it is. Let's see. The movie blog. He says, I also give you the name of the cop when you get to that part. No, TMB. He says, TMB got the whole season early, just like I had the trailer early. He's saying he got the whole season early. I don't know. Then no one came up to me and offered me the season. I don't know. I didn't ask him for it though. So maybe they gave you the season early. Maybe MGA gave you the season early. I wouldn't. In some time, I'd never seen them do that before. But I'm not saying maybe they did. Maybe they did. You know what I mean? And that's what it goes. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he got the whole season early and stuff. It's good. Yo, leave him alone, man. Yo. Thank you, Reese, for being a member for 2 months. Who do you think would definitely die this season? Rose Jones. Thank you for being a member. I think it's going to be one with Kenny's mother is getting out of here. Kenny's mom is out of here. I think she's the one who's going to die, without a shadow of a doubt. You know what I mean? Father Daniel, he says, born in Far Rockaway, living in Florida. Glad to listen. My grandmother lived in Far Rockaway. I lived in Far Rockaway for 2 years. I lived off Beach 25. I lived right by the high school. If you know it, right by the high school. Not Beach 25. You go down like 3 stops past Beach 25. The high school right on the corner. I lived directly on the corner from there. The Asian dude who owns a stop right underneath the train station named John used to go over there and watch the fights over there with him with John when he's a big fight fan and stuff. He used to go there and everything else and all that stuff. And everything else. Listen, you know what I mean? Listen, he may have it. The TMB may have it, man. Don't doubt. He's saying he got it. You know, listen, I take everybody at their word. He's saying they got it. I'm gonna say if he watched the whole season early, I'm gonna say he watched the whole season early. That's what he's saying. That's what it is. That's an over pugilist. CB said, Howard got the season early as well. Everybody got the season early but me. How is that possible? Tony froze living in Far Rock. He's a country boy. Are you crazy, man? From Queens, New York, man. I'm from Blood Gush and Flushing. Nah. I lived in Far Rockaway. You know what I mean? I used to hustle out there. There's places out there called the Mud Huts out there. We used to hustle up in the Mud Huts out there and everything. Far Rockaway is rough, man. Let me tell you something, man. Yeah, don't sleep on Far Rockaway, bro. That's what it was. You know that. Newsflash, they played the entire season at STSC. He ain't lying, but I am. Oh, y'all people. All right, let's keep going at these pictures in here. So let's see if we can zoom in a little bit and see what we're looking at in some of these pictures. I see a person here. It looks like a back in the day. Is that a beard on this motherfucking neck right here? That's supposed to be a beard. We see the bird cages here, and we seen bird cages down in the caves, and we got some bird cages here. We got a stapler here. Weird place to keep a stapler. I guess to put the pictures on the wall. I guess that's what it's there for. All right, we got the caves that the children that she's seen. We got the caves there. We got the two brother and sister, like Victor and his sister there. We got right here, we got the trees. Can't see what that is, but we definitely got the same from trees there. Is that a beard or just something around their neck, like back in the day, like type of king? Because I see the fridge is over here too. So it could just be like a king back in the day, like the way rock that crazy shit around that neck situation. Yeah, best shot. All right, so and then we get this shot here of the children. You know, Raggedy Ann and Andy. We got the children, Raggedy Ann and Andy, up in this motherfucker, man, and all that. You know what I'm saying, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, you know what I mean. We'll see what it is. You know, it does look like a gesture. You know, the kings, they be wearing that thing around their neck. It could be a situation like that. These kids is Raggedy Ann and listen, Rose Jones just gifted 10 memberships right here to the Don Tony Teflon's channel. 10 memberships. Let me go on my phone and I can so everybody who's a new member, please shout out Rose Jones for being so generous and gifting those memberships, man. Let me see if I can get on my phone real quick and I can give a shout out to the people out here. If I can find my own channel. It's so hard for me to find shit that I on my own channel on the phone. So I can shout out everybody that just got that's all new. Everybody else that's new. Damn, it's like 8 people fucking live right now doing the same thing. Jesus Christ, terrible. That doesn't make any sense. Let's see if I can find it. Whoa. So I can history, videos, live. Why is it not showing my live video up here? It's showing like old ones. Let me see if I can just put my thing in there and it'll pop up. My channel name. All right, here we go.
Battleground states.
All right, let's see. Let's get these. Let's see if I can see who just became members. Let's go. Q Insight is now a member. Jay Sleek is now a member. Laura Butler is now a member. Glenn Carter is now a member. Mr. Freeman is now a member. Debbie is up as a member. Debbie ain't even in the chat, man. She a member. I didn't even see you up in here, Debbie. What's up? Marcus Jones is a member. Tony JC is a member. Steph Snow is a member. Classic EverQuest is a member. And Casey Rogers is a member. Thank you so much for all those memberships gifted. We truly, truly appreciate it and everything else. That is great. Now you have access. You have the rock by your name. You have access to all that stuff and all that. I can't gift memberships from here. I have to do it from the computer and stuff. That's all. I'll gift it. Maybe I'll gift a few after that and all that good stuff. Thank you, and everything else. I really appreciate it and all that good stuff. I really, truly appreciate it and everything else. All right, we're gonna keep going. September 22nd is the date that this is supposed to drop. Let's keep going through these pictures. After we're done with these pictures, we're gonna take calls. All right, you're gonna take calls. We're gonna take calls. All right, again, this is Jade and Kenny on Safari. This is when they're coming up on these damn voodoo dolls. This damn voodoo doll with the mask. What's going on with the voodoo doll with the mask? Oh, that's the wrong one. What do we have? This damn voodoo doll with the mask. Is it the talisman? When we see him pose other way, is it like posing because of the talisman and stuff like that? Is that what it is? Is that the talisman's got it posed in a certain way and stuff and all that good stuff? Who knows? I don't know why they would have it with these damn voodoo dolls and these masks are on skulls. Are they skull masks? I mean, it's not a regular skull because that's a tiny ass head and shit. This like a Beetlejuice type head and shit. With that, you know what I mean? It's like some Beetlejuice situation going on here. I don't know if it's a skull. I don't think the jaw would be like that. The mouth would be closed. If it was a skull, you should be able to see the teeth. This like has lips and shit where you can't see the goddamn teeth. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's a movie blog, my brother. You can't say you have a theory on it if you say you've seen the episode. You can't say you have a theory if you've seen the whole season. So you gotta give me some more clarification. I have the caller number. Maybe the movie blog will call him and give us some more clarification on what he's saying. Does look like some type of Beetlejuice heads on this motherfucker. Definitely do. You know what I mean? Got sticks on the body and everything. Looks like some type of voodoo doll. So it looks like to me like some type of voodoo doll. We gonna see. We're gonna see. All right, Kenny and Jim on Safari. Kenny going for the Glock. Kenny always going for the gun. He quick with that gun, man. Definitely quick with that gun. We've seen this picture before, boy. And this is it, man. Rest in peace to this chick right here. She going out, man. She going out. She going out, man. She is definitely going out. Unfortunately, that's what it looks like. Looks like she, you know what I mean, and all that. It definitely is going. So he said, "All right, Yeah, all right. Officially, him is saying he got season 2 early, and not season 3. You know, all right. So that's different. Yeah, that's different. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. That it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So he's saying, not saying he got season 3. It was unclear. He got season 2 early, and everything else. All right. That is all right. That is the clarification. All right. Yeah, we'll be taking calls in 1 second. We'll take calls in 1 second. 1 second. All right. So yeah, listen. Without a doubt, she's gonna die. I think, and she's crying already outside. I think she's gonna sacrifice herself to save Julian and Ethan. I think that she gets caught by the grandma monster. She saves Julian, Ethan, and she gets bodied from that. I think that's what's gonna happen when how she's gonna go out and stuff. She's gonna get bodied by that whole situation and everything else. You know what I mean? So I like her. I don't want her to go out, but I think that's it for her. I think that's how she goes out. We got the milkman here. This motherfucker definitely looking for some milk. We see Jade over here with the cow, and then this is a skinny. It's not the same milkman actor. This is a new actor because the other milkman was fat. This guy's skinny. You know what I mean? So now there's a different actor they got playing the milkman, and they got a different tint that they're using for these monsters this season. There's a different tint going on here. Like before, they would have like a bluish type tint on them when they did the monster scenes, but it seems like they got rid of that. You know what I mean? It seems they got rid of that shit and everything. So I think it's a whole different situation. That's the ice cream man, Tony. Yeah, damn ice cream man, milkman. Same motherfucker. That's the milkman. We ain't seen no ice cream. This ain't no good human truck. That's not Mr. Softy out in this motherfucker. No. It's the milkman, man. They ain't gonna make no ice cream. It's the milk goddamn man. What are you talking about? It's the milkman with a cow and shit. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's the damn milkman. The ice cream man. And then we see that the milkman with bloody fingers and the cow's neck is sliced open. Victor coming to save Jade. So we haven't seen them do the neck slice in a while. Like last time really was Father Kotchery. So we, going through the neck slice. So in fact, we got another neck slice. It seems like they're going back to their own ways. I guess maybe they'll show them with the claws grow and stuff like that. Yeah, there were no cows last season. You're 100% correct. They didn't show any cows. The only animals they ever showed, I think, were a couple of chicken and a goat. But they never showed no damn cows. And now they slaughtering the cows and shit. And everything else. You know what cows are associated with? I'm going to tell you straight up. Aliens. Cows are associated with aliens. They didn't have no cow in season 1. They never showed any cow. Cows are all associated with aliens. And I'm not saying that.
We have all sorts of stories, mythologies, legends that could be interpreted as gods, who in reality were misinterpreted extraterrestrials.
That's the way it is. Experts have said this shit. I ain't gotta say experts back me up. Every time you see cows, they're always getting goddamn pulled in the air by some aliens and shit. We know this to be fact. We know this to be facts. This is what it is, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. That motherfucker milking cows and shit. It's the milkman and shit. The milkman's milking this dead cow. I don't want to see nothing like that, man. I ain't trying to see that shit. I don't want to see no dead cow getting milked, man. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, man. All right, let's go on. Get your phone call inside. All right, this is a scene from Boyd earlier. This now again. So the people are saying this is Ethan's jacket. This is Ethan's jacket. It's not the same jacket that we see who I'm calling Victor's father wear. It's not the same. We can see it. He's just got a shirt on. There's a flannel, but it's not the same. What I don't understand is this. Why you open the door? Like, this this grandma monster gets everybody all these young kids to open the door for her. Like, why would you open it? What do you think happened? You think she masqueraded and used his mother's voice? Because that's the only reason why I could see him opening that goddamn door. If she somehow was able to duplicate his mom's voice and open the door. But this old biddy, you know what I mean? She gets all of these motherfuckers to open the door. Well, listen, man. You only got 56 likes in here. That's terrible. Y'all need to hit that like button, man. Come on, man. See me up in here doing my thing, trying to get things out. Drop the video and out here and everything out. Wait a second. Who is this person impersonating my name? Oh, the Lady Don. I thought you were talking about my podcast with LMR, the Lady in the Don. I'm thinking the Hanging Rocks aren't walking. The Hanging Rocks aren't, I think you meant working anymore, from Ethan opening the door to everyone being outside. Then I don't think that would have anything to do with the Rocks myself, because she opened the door. It only works when the door is sealed. Once the door is closed and everything else, then that would be a reason. Then you can't get in. But once the door is open, we seen that in the first one. The first kill, the talisman was thrown on the floor like something like they grabbed it and threw that shit on the floor after they did their business and killed that lady and her daughter. So I don't know if the talismans have anything to do with this one, but I would think that the only reason I'm going to give him a situation here to open the door is if this chick somehow impersonated his mother's voice. If not, then I don't know why your ass is opening the door to this old lady. And again, it seems like they're using different lighting now for these monsters. Every other time in other seasons when the monsters were out there, they had a different type of lighting up there. They always had like a bluish tint lighting they would use. And now it seems like they don't use that anymore and stuff. It seems like they're using the same camera with them for some reason. I wonder why they're doing that. Yeah, Donna did say the game is rigged. This is all, it could easily just be a game. You know what I mean? It could easily just be a game, and that is what's going on here. 100%. You see the boy in white. This is a flashback, because if you look at the actor who plays the boy in white, he is much bigger than this now. You know what I mean? So this looks like a flashback of the boy in white. And then here we go with Fatima with the lips and the mouth, the blood, and teeth falling out. That she bite it. It looks like a teeth, like a teeth are falling, like she's pulling a teeth out. That's what it looks like when dealing with Fatima, like a teeth are rotting out. Now, let's go at this. I'm going to say something that could be going on here. All right? With this whole situation. What the fuck is this, man? All right. All right, so let me say this. When pregnant women get pregnant, I know a woman this happened to. When she got pregnant, she didn't drink enough calcium, and all of her teeth rotted out of her mouth. We just seen a cow get killed. You know what I mean? She just seen a cow get killed, but I know a woman whose teeth rotted out of her mouth because she didn't get enough calcium, and the baby took the calcium from the body. So this baby could be maturing really fast, and it could be causing her teeth to fall out because of not enough calcium inside of her body. It could be a situation like that going on with it, or it could be she turning into a fucking monster, right? It's one or the other. It's one or the other. People are like, dang, chick. Yeah, I know a chick personally who lost her teeth because she did not drink enough milk, and the baby sucked the calcium out of her teeth, and now she got all false teeth and shit. So it lets the baby could be growing rapidly in her body, causing that to happen. Now, it didn't look like this. her mouth looked like the goddamn, like the dope fiend mouth. You know, like she on something, like your tooth just falling out and shit. Oh shit, how'd that happen? Like she got some dope fiend mouth. Just a little, it was a little different. Like that chick I know, her teeth wasn't, mouth wasn't bleeding like that. And we see her actually, you know, reach up in her motherfucking mouth. Like she reaching up in it. All right, you see Elgin here. Elgin don't change his clothes, man. What's good with my brother? Everybody else got to change clothes. Why the black man got to change the clothes, man? I don't like that shit. Everybody else got new outfits on and shit. Jay got 1,000 outfits. Hook my brother up, man. That's my man right there. Goddamn, I don't appreciate that shit. All right, we see Jade here, and he has a bunch of strings tied above him, looking up, and on the picture that we see Jade, he has still the same picture of the web. Now, what it seems like he is looking up at is the same thing that the children were looking up at when they were inside of the goddamn cave and shit and all that, you know. But that's what it seems like, the way it's going down and everything. Who's that? What people saying? Christopher what? Christopher Major from Elgin says, how come he came in? Christopher is called from. She AK says she looking like Minion Dwayne Wayne in Vampire in Brooklyn. Who's that? Oh, that's Shorty. We gonna pull some. You know, it's definitely simulating the cave and everything else. You know, I think it has something else to go on. Everything else, I think it has to do with string theory that's going on here, and that's why they have it all in the strings. I think this is dealing with string theory. And you know what I mean. But I'll talk about more of that in a later video and stuff, or a little bit later. I want to get to the calls. Again, we've seen Boyd. This is the earliest shot of Boyd. Julie going outside from getting chased. After that, we see that should have been Sarah. Sarah telling her to shut up. You see Jim inside the kitchen. The phone call rings. He grabs the phone. I guarantee this voice on the phone is the exact same voice that he heard from the tower. I think that's going to be, without a shadow of a doubt, it's going down here. Again, now we see more of these voodoo statues out here. What houses are these? What houses are these? What are the houses in the background? This can't be in town. Like where'd they come from? Thank you for the super chat, Kelly. He don't need clothes. His hand skills better than no, it's not. No, it's not. What houses are in the background? That's what makes me think about, like, what's going on with the houses out here. You know what I mean? They're all log cabins back there. We haven't seen any log cabins in town at all. So this has to be from Jade and Jim venturing off, and somehow they've wound up at some log cabins. So what's going on? So people are saying right here that it's magic confirmed. I don't think it's magic confirmed at all. I'm not going with the magic stuff, man. I'm trying to tell you. Not saying I can't see that. Veronica, thank you for joining. Just coming in from seeing Deadpool. I didn't go see Deadpool. It's at the drive-in theater tomorrow. I'll probably go out there and see it tomorrow. I remember Vampire in Brooklyn. I 100% do. Of course I did. Wasn't a good movie, but I seen it. Yeah, you know why? See, this is the whole thing. Now, let's say these people right here, right, are in Fromville right now. These people. And instead of doing talismans, they put up these symbols that keep the monsters out. And that's how they're able to be out there, by them putting those things outside. Allows them, instead of the talisman, now the monsters can't go to that area with those things out there. People was too tall. Said drinking out of a skull is black magic. Now, drinking out of a skull is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Drinking out of a thing is stupid, man. I mean, I hear what you're saying. Listen, it definitely is magical in nature. Anytime you drink blood, it definitely is a magical situation. Or it seems to be some alchemy or anything like that. 100%. So yes, I agree. I understand why y'all think it's magic. Drinking blood is magical. You know, anything like that. 100%. That does make you think that and everything else like that. Luna says I just said that about the. I'm sorry, I didn't see you say it at all. I just thought of it right now. But if you said it, then you know what I mean. That is what it is. But I think that it could be a situation where these things in the ground make people not be able to monsters not be able to go over there by them having those things out there, and these people over here living a better life than the people in the town. A better life. All right, let's keep it moving. Now here, this is the best picture I've seen. Now, is this a funeral, right? This is a funeral. They're inside the church, right? They're in the church right here. There's a picture of the person who passed away right here, and we cannot make it out. Can't make it out. You know they're rocking something blue though. Or is that an angel? Is this the body back here, right here with the feet? Is that the feet and the body right back there? All right, let's go through it real quick. So in this picture, we got Boyd in the front row, Donna in the front row. Who is behind them? This is some Indian outfit on some woman right here. I don't know who that is. Looks like an Indian outfit though. You go here, and you got in the front row Kenny. In front of everybody, Kenny here, Ethan here, Jim here. Bunch of hats and shit. We don't see Chrissy. Chrissy's not in the scene. Chrissy's not there. And Kenny's mom ain't there either. I don't know who this guy is with the damn beanie. Where they get all these damn winter hats from? These motherfuckers. This guy's got a fucking army jacket on and shit. It's from New York. Probably got Tim's on too. I don't know. It's let's put it. Let's break it down real quick and everything else like that. All right. Let's break it down. It's one or two people, right? It's Kenny's mom. It's a funeral. It's a funeral scene that's guaranteed. It's Kenny's mom in that 100%. It's either Kenny's mom or it's Chrissy, because Kenny's front and center. It's the only two people he's going to be front and center for. Jim's not here, from what I'm seeing. But Kenny in the front. It's either I think it's Kenny's mom, but I could also see that it could be the nurse too. Yeah, is there? I just zoomed in on the picture on the table. Can't really see it. Yeah, Jim is next to Ethan. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Jim's not here. I mean Chrissy. Chrissy's not there, which means it could be Chrissy. You would think she would be next to Kenny, which she could be. Listen, Kenny would be mad if any one of those two died. Either Kenny's mom or the nurse. Kenny would be as upset if any one of those died. It's definitely the funeral. It's definitely one of them passed away there. Without a shadow of a doubt. I have to lean towards Kenny Ma. I really do. This Indian person does interest me, though. That is very interesting to have this Indian person, all this Indian. Never seen Indian clothing like that, but we have seen a lot of other things in there depicting Indian stuff. I mean, right here, it looks like somebody right here next to Kenny. If that's somebody right here next to Kenny, then that's probably the nurse, and that's Kenny's mom. That would mean. But Kenny's in front of all of them. Like you can clearly see, like Ethan is behind him. Kenny's up there, and Boyd is here, and then Donna right there. This person got dreadlocks in the back. How they do that? All right. We're gonna move it on. So, all right, Jade outside is where we seen him earlier with hand on this red rock. Doesn't really tell us much. We heard what he had to say. We've seen this before. Jade inside, Boyd inside the barn. Tabitha on the outside world. We can see on her right here that she's definitely rocking Victor's lunch pail on him. We see Chrissy right after this. Blue jacket, red, fucked up hairstyle. Jade getting grabbed up by some redneck. Trying to choke him out. That's the same person. Is it the same person from the with the eye? The person with the eye. He's got the brownish outfit on and the beard. So this is the same person grabbing Jade's neck. Right here. Again, I don't think this is real. I think this is all in his head. I don't think it's real. I think it's all in his head when it's all said and done. And all that. But yeah, that's the same person with the eye that was drinking from the skull that is grabbing Jade. I don't want it to be Kenny's mother either, but I think it points to being Kenny's mother. Again, they show the phone. Jim answers the phone. We talked about that earlier. Oh, I missed the picture. I missed the picture. A few pictures, actually. Yeah, I missed a few pictures. This one. But I'll do another. Look, we'll be streaming again tomorrow with Elamar and Phil, and I'll talk more about the other pictures. But the one picture I definitely missed is the bear trap picture. I just got it right now. The bear trap is without a shadow of a doubt that is the nurse's foot that gets caught in the bear trap out there, and I think that's basically it from there. Right, because this goes on there. Again, this has got to be a new ambulance. This is the new ambulance person right here. That's not the new ambulance person, but someone comes in on the ambulance during this season. We've seen her with the gun on her and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's definitely a new ambulance. And somehow the monster got the key. Like the monster's like, I'm gonna take the key and hold the key. You know what I mean? Like how you gonna take the key and stuff like that? But that's definitely a new ambulance in there and everything else. All right, we have gone through the pitches. So now let me put up the call-in number. And put the call-in number up, and we'll get the phone ready right now so y'all can call in. I mean, we ain't gonna have you on here all night unless you're KP. All right. Everybody else is, don't be taking forever. Let me get this whole phone thing set up real quick for you. All right, we got the phone thing. It's set up. If you want to call in and speak to the Don Tony Teflon, you know the number. It's on the bottom right now, going down. We will take your calls right now. 518-290-0848. 518-290-0848. Definitely call in. Let me know what you think about the trailer and everything else. Again, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be with LMR. We'll take our first call. This is 868.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
I don't know who that was. I don't know who it was. I had to hang up on them because they're laughing on the phone, being silly and shit. I don't know what that means, man. I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you, man. You guys, I don't know what's going on there. What's going on there? I couldn't hear it. I just heard somebody laughing and shit. You got to have to call back. I don't know who that was. He said, "Who are you?" Hold up. One second, man. All right, look. Let's see what this is.
Call from.
I don't be magnanimous.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
What's going on, KP?
Yo. How are things?
All right. And my life is not good right now, in all honesty. I'm trying not to think about stuff like that. But I'm out here right now just trying to get through it.
Well, listen, I know it is, you know what I mean? And you should feel a little better to know that you're going to have some good TV watching to do in the coming future, because this fraud is getting serious. Because let me tell you what I was laughing at.
That was you who did the laugh?
Yeah, that was, yes.
Oh, man. I didn't know that was you, man. I didn't know what the fuck was going on here. So someone's trying to troll me and shit.
So yes, let me tell you what I was laughing at, right? Okay, I have never seen a trailer before that was so spiteful. Like, these guys went out of their way and probably even changed the script so that we would have nothing to be able to figure out who this dead person is. Like, they made sure that all the possible candidates was not in, for whatever reason, they all weren't in that picture in the church from behind. Like, everybody who you could think it could be was not in that picture. Like, they really put some thought into how they was planning on tricking us and manipulating us. And I'm a little bit resentful, but I have to watch it now to figure out what the hell is going on. Because I know you're going to play the game of guess who the dead person is. I can't do it. It hurts because it's like, it could be Kenny's mom. but then it could also be, you know, the nurse chick.
Yeah.
But then it can also be like there's so much.
I
And
think
like
that
you can make
I don't think we can. I think it's one of those two. Especially if you're gonna have Kenny react like that. It's one of those two people saying they tried to call and I'm on the phone with somebody. So you gotta wait till I get off the phone and then I'll take the next call. I can't take the call. I'm on the phone.
It'd be nice if you could put people on three-way and just have like, you know. Yeah, man, it has to be one of those two people. But I'm not playing the game of guess who it is. I'm just going to get, you know, I imagine that's going to be the first episode. I don't think they're gonna be that wicked and hide this from us 3-4 episodes down the road. I think they have to show us that in the first episode. Not so, Tony. What do you think?
You think someone's gonna die in the first episode out?
I'm thinking with all of the tension that they're building up with this dead person, because the whole trailer wasn't the dead person, but like 75% of the trailer was surrounding who's this dead person in dude's arms.
Yep.
Yes or no? So I don't think they're gonna be that spiteful to make us wait any significant amount of time to see who that person is and to see what happens. I think whatever somebody crashes in on an ambulance, first episode, somebody crashes in, they find the person, but like there's some sort of a tussle, and in the tussle, this person was a part of, you know, what was happening, and in the tussle, they got killed. I think that has to be the first episode. Because if they make us wait for that, for like 3-4 episodes, I'm gonna be mad. Because then it would mean that you wrote the entire story around the death of this person, and like the story can't be that good, because that can't be the punchline. That has to be the build up, and part of the build up to whatever the main event is, and figuring out what the hell is really happening in Fromville. Does that make sense to you?
It does. I don't know if they'll do it that quick. I would like to see it done quick and everything, because you know, they talk about the ambush and everything. I would like to see all that early, and then hopefully they didn't show us anything from the later episodes. I would hope to think that this everything we see in this trailer is from the first 3 to 4 episodes, and we don't know
definitely
what after that.
It has to be. So that there's like there's some stuff to, like, you know, to look forward to, because they have to be hit. And like with this to me, this is a ride or die. This is a live or die, sink or float type season. Because like if they keep pushing off the answers beyond this season, I'm gonna be mad, because like I need to figure out at least why are these people here? What is this place? Why are these people here? And like, who has them here, and what's the purpose of this whole thing? I should have the answers to that by the end of this season. If not, and like obviously I expect more questions, right? But I should at least have answers to our first batch of questions that we had from like the first episode of this TV show. Who are these? What is this place? Who are these people? Why are they here? And who is this all for? And what's this purpose? And then hopefully they add some questions to that. Like, okay, so like, is this a good thing? So here's what happens. Here's what's happening. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Like, hopefully they add that to it, rather than having us having to play the mental gymnastics of figuring out this mystery thing being the whole thing. Like, no, I want it to be a mystery, then figure the mystery out, but then really get into the story. You know what I mean? So
they have to answer some of these questions this season, or I think people are going to start walking. They got to answer, and I think you will. But I think Tabitha being on the outside is going to answer some questions, and I think that you know them making their way to those log cabins is going to answer some questions. Yeah,
and you know the little stick figure people. That was a nice creepy addition. Like, because as you said, I could see it being that, all right, they move from like the talismans no longer work, but these stick figure people, they keep them out the whole village. So that we could come out at night now, we could, we could finagle, we could have fun, and we can get into even more trouble because we feel it's safe to come out at night. I think that'll be interesting. I mean, you'll have to do some math to figure out why these things don't work and to make that make sense. But that's an interesting concept, and I think those stick figures were scary in a very visceral and kind of like in your face, things that could happen in the real world kind of way. The same way, like Blair Witch Project was scary. Not necessarily because of like the story itself, but just the fact that it happened in the real world, which that's the concept of the movie anyways. So I thought that was a good touch. But yeah, I'm excited to see it. I don't have any theories. I don't think what's the name of the guy with the very complicated theory? Who's a writer? What's his Taran?
Taran Matharu.
I don't think it's going to get as complicated as Taran thinks it's going to get, which is a different story, and I would love to see him write that story because it sounds even better than this. So I don't think it's going to be that complicated. I think we're going to, whenever the answers come, we're kind of going to get it. But just a comment I would add in closing off, because it's late and I know everybody wants to have a nap or go out and party, whatever. But one comment I would add to this thing is what I don't want to see is I don't want a bastardization of the mystery to the point of what happened in Lost. Because Lost had us in season 7 still wondering what the fuck is going on.
No, it can't go that far like that. I don't think people put up. I think they learned their lesson from that.
Yeah, I would hope so, because if they pushed, because I could see going in that direction where they push the suspense further and further, and then the answers start getting even more and more ridiculous to the point at some point like, all right, this is nonsense. Because the thing about Lost that I just hated in the last couple of seasons was that we got way too many answers. Like it wasn't just aliens. No, it was there's some spiritual thing that is holding us here. And then I further answer, the spiritual thing has like purpose, and the spiritual thing understands good and bad. And the spiritual thing is using a cult, and it's also using space and time travel, and it's also using it got to what the fuck is like, why does this thing have to do why does all this have to happen? Why is this island so important? And they even tried to answer that question, and the answer to that question was kind of dumb because it didn't make no sense why this island was important, but other islands didn't have anyways. So Tony, you have a good night, man. I enjoyed the show tonight. The trailer has me very, very my blood wasn't as hot for this show as a lot of other people. But I like the conversation. But after seeing this trailer, I'm ready to see it. I'm excited. September, only a 2 months away. So we'll see what it does. We'll see how it goes. I hope you feel better, Tony. You know what I mean? I know how the world is a rough one. We had some stuff happen here. Some murders and stuff that happened in this country that still has me a little shaken up. But some good TV can really help with your mood sometimes.
Yes, sir.
You have a good night, man. Good night to everybody in the chat.
Yes, sir.
I'll be down listening. I hope more people call and talk and share because I want to listen to people's theories. Because I love one thing I love about Frog. I ain't do much theory crafting myself, but I love listening to you guys' theories. Like the whole thing, the cows mean aliens. I love that one. All right, well, I'm all right,
brother. Peace out. That's the great KP. The great KP. Someone's calling in here. Listen, this is 916.
Call from.
This is the voice at 916.
What's going on, 916? I haven't heard from you for a while.
It has been a minute. But I had to wait for KP. He's always got a lot to add to the conversation. I love you,
100%.
KP.
100%.
I didn't really have a theory to offer, but just a question. I couldn't remember and trying to recall what was it that Randall said. Something was worse than
Yeah,
something.
he said that people think that dying here is the worst thing that can happen to you, but I think something worse can happen to you than dying.
Mm-hmm. So that must be the next big bad after we get answers to some of our questions we've had for 2 seasons, I guess.
Yeah, I guess what's worse than dying would be suffering, watching other people die, living with, the grief could be worse than dying.
Yeah. And Randall definitely is a lot more humble, a little bit more low key. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I couldn't remember, and I wondered if that would have a huge impact on the story going forward, more so than all the other little details that we saw. Oh, and also, there was one other thing. When Jade was doing the string thing and looking up, and looking up like he was trying to figure out the root symbol that he saw that the Unkui kids were looking up at. I wonder if he was using the strings as the same method that he used the glass when he was talking to Tom, trying to figure out, what was what. I wonder, was that why he was looking up at the strings?
Yeah, I think he was trying to do what the children were doing in the cave, and they were looking up at that symbol.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, I'm not going to take up time because I know a lot of other people want to call. It was such an exciting trailer. But I wanted to call and say, hey, don't want it to be too long between my call-ins.
Well, I appreciate you calling. Love hearing from you as always, as you already know. And again, call back anytime. We love you.
I will, and I hope things get better for you. I know, things are challenging right now for a lot of us, but keep your head up, baby. It's going to be all right.
I'm trying.
Oh, okay. You stay sexy.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, 909.
Call from
Alexa.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon.
Well, hello there. My name is Alexa. It's my first time calling in.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I have a question. Where was Sarah in that funeral section?
I don't think they showed Sarah. I mean, you get a bunch of back of the heads, but I don't think we get a Sarah shot in there.
Is she still alive at this point?
Yes. I don't think Sarah's gonna die anytime soon.
Okay. Do you remember the very first one that they gave us where they had Boyd saying, "You're so strong, it's okay,
Yep.
okay"?
Yep.
In the background, was that not Sarah screaming?
To me, it sounds like Sarah. It sounds like Sarah. It could be trying to throw you off. It may not be from the same scene, right? He could be saying that. I mean, we've seen Julie on the couch all hurt with her stomach, and Boyd's hand is on her head at that particular time. So it could be 2 different scenes of vocals that they added to something else, So it could be Sarah. It does sound like Sarah to me in there, but it could be something else.
Okay. And then as far as the man being Victor's father, remind me, in season 1, was Victor's father there and from with his family?
Nope, it was just his mother.
Okay. So the understanding is we don't really know anything about Victor's father, correct?
We have no idea because the pictures that we've seen was only Victor's mother and his sister. No picture of his father.
Why would the father have so much information about a place he's never been?
Well, we don't know how much exactly information he has from it. Again, so my theory that I came up with is that when Victor's mother dies, Eloise chases after her. I think that she puts Eloise in the faraway tree, the bottle tree. She escapes. The mother gets killed. So she could escape, made it back to the real world, moved in with the father, and lived her life out there drawing those pictures. Again, I mean, when we look at the picture, we can clearly see there's a bottle tree outside this dude's house.
Okay.
You know,
is it possible that he's been there too, and it's not the father and somebody else?
Maybe he don't believe his daughter when she said all the stuff she said. Maybe she thinks his daughter's crazy, and then drawing all these pictures and stuff of the things she's seen in there, and he doesn't think that she's in the right state of mind.
Okay. Well, I guess in my mind, I think the key to a lot of it is once Tabitha does wake up, it will give a lot of answers as to where exactly do people go once they go through the tower. I think that's the biggest part that we don't still understand. Where exactly is Tabitha at this point when she wakes up? How does she connect with this man? And how does this man have so much information about a place that he supposedly has never been to? Because it still seems like he himself should have been there to have had so much memorabilia of that place.
Well, unless Eloise has the memorabilia. Unless that's not his. Like if Eloise is there and she's been painting all these pictures and he has no idea why she's been painting these pictures, she's just been painting them and he thinks she's crazy. You know, Tabitha shows him the lunch pail. He recognizes the lunch pail. So he says, I think because of the pictures inside of the lunch pail, he goes, I think you want to look what's in the basement. That's all he says. He doesn't say anything else like he knows stuff. He just says, I think what you're looking for is in the basement. And then that's when he takes it to the pictures and stuff.
I see. Okay. And then lastly, I know that there's been a couple of times where people say that the man that's in that cowboy outfit is a cowboy, but I believe he's actually a sheriff because he has a badge. Have you ever seen that the person has a badge and they're actually not a cowboy?
He might be a sheriff like Woody, I guess, a cowboy or something like that. I'm not sure. I don't know if I remember seeing him have a badge on him.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let other people come up. Thank you so much for this opportunity to speak with you.
No, thank you for calling. I truly appreciate it. Call back.
Absolutely. Thank you. I will for sure. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, you know, I don't think that guy says he has a lot of information. I think he just is pointing her in a direction where he thinks that she can get information from. Hey, we got another call coming through. What is this? All right, let's take it.
Call from
Inherently Good Solutions.
To accept, press 1. To
I don't
send a
know what this
voicemail,
is.
press 2.
Inherently Good Solutions. All right, we're going to take it. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? It's the movie blog.
What?
The movie blog.
Oh, all right. All right. What you got this whole thing, man? I don't know. Your name and stuff. Is that a company you own or something?
What did it come up as?
Inherently Good Solutions?
Oh, yeah, that is a company I own. Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. What's going on, man?
I'm doing good, man. How you been?
I'm good. I'm good for now right here doing this. What's going on?
Man, just really excited. Wanted to support you. Wanted to touch a little bit about the theories you've been touching on. I was hoping you was going to get to the cop now. I really want to talk about Alice. But when you get to that, I'll hop back in the comments. But I really just wanted to kind of talk to you, touch a little bit about the theories. I did like your theory about who might have got in that funeral scene. I agree with you that I think it is Christy, but I also think that Mrs. Blue is going to go at the same time. One of the main things they said in the trailer was that it was an ambush, and you kind of touched on the theory that I had earlier with Eman that those skeleton things might be like somewhat related to the talismans. Something that we was touching on was that these, when Jim and Kenny went out into the woods, they might have been trying to do their best to be the next boy. every time Boyd went out into the forest, he came back with something good. One time he went out, he came back with a goat. Next time he went out, he came back with talismans. So the idea for him to go out and feel like he might be the next Boyd felt valid. And when we saw those things again, you see them outside the town. It made me get the impression that maybe they're using these things in the idea that they act as talismans. All throughout the trailer, you see people coming outside at night, and everybody in this show knows better. Ethan knows better, Randall knows better, people opening doors. But I think that these new stick thingies that they think were talismans might have given them a false sense of security over time throughout the season. And then they started to get their guard down. And that's why they're all comfortable opening doors. And that's why even when Ethan opens the door with Julie, they look surprised, like, whoa, I wasn't expecting a monster to be there. But yeah, I just wanted to touch a little bit on the series. Did want to clarify a couple things. I didn't get season 3 yet. I had all of season 2 before it was released. I will get season 3 before it's released, but we could touch on that later. But it is something that I agree with your theory, and I just wanted to add a little bit more meat onto it.
I appreciate the call, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you for answering, and appreciate all of you guys that jumping on me in the comments. I am a real critic. I do get this stuff all the time. Appreciate y'all.
All right, man. That's what's up.
And I emailed you a picture of cows in season 1. They do appear.
I see your comment. I just think I can't check the email right now when I'm on live. I'll check it.
I got you. All right.
All right, my brother.
Thank you, man. Have a good night.
You too, bro. Yeah, no, listen, I think that when it comes down to it, I can't answer. People call this. Take the next call.
Call from
Fatima.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon.
Hey, Tony. It's Fatima.
How you doing, Fatima?
I'm good. So, I just had a question. Like,
yep.
What do you think is happening that everyone is outside at nighttime? Like, it isn't just like how Colony House.
Yep.
Where someone got in and they all had to like run out. Like, this is like everyone from town that's outside.
It seems like everything's happening at night and everything from what we're seeing. The movie blog just said the ambush happened. It could be, as someone said in the chat earlier, the talismans don't work anymore. So now they just coming out at night, and now you can't hide in there anymore. It could be a situation like that, dealing with it. But I definitely disagree with the grandma monster when he opened the door. I know he said there was a false sense of security, like they weren't coming out anymore. So I would think that when it has to be, the only way it makes sense to me is that the monster imitated his mother's voice, and that's why he opened the door. That's all I could see it being in there. But it does seem like a lot of it action. I mean, all the action with the monsters happening at night, right? Anytime anything happens with them happens at night. So did they get in Colony House, and these are all Colony House people running? Or these, all the talismans don't work? I think it just has to be one or the other.
Okay. And then I agree that I think it's Kenny's mom that they're having a funeral for, because they usually just bury the people, and then whoever was cool with them would be over there, but not the whole town, not people from Colony House. Just whoever knew those people would come and, bury them in the ground. But they had like a legit funeral. Everybody was there. I feel like everybody had a connection with her because she cooked in the diner for everyone. And she was in charge of all of the supplies and everything. So I feel like everyone had like a connection. So everyone came to the funeral. And then like Ethan gets up, like you can see they cuts it off, but he gets up like he's going to carry the flowers up there. And like, his mom is gone. So he's been staying there with her. That's like his second mom,
Yeah.
So I still think like that it is Kenny's mom that's going to be gone. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think it's Kenny's mom too. I do. I think that's who it's going to be. People are asking what's the number to call. The number's on the crawl on the bottom of the screen, 518-290-0848. It's going right across the screen on the bottom. It says it right there. If anyone wants to call in, that means right. It's right there. It's always there. But yeah, I agree. I mean, it could be the nurse. I see that how that plays out. Definitely could be her. But I would lean 100% more than Kenny's mom. She is a 100% innocent person. They've never showed her outside in that situation like that. I think it's going to be. Only thing, the deal with Christy is that she does get caught in the bear trap, but she gets caught in the bear trap in the daytime, and this is all happening at night and everything.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. That's all I got.
All right. Well, thanks for calling. Call back.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. Yeah, that would be, I can't see him and everything else. You know what I mean? I can't see it. Them just opening the door because they things have been going so well, so they opened it. I would have to think that monster impersonated Tabitha, and Ethan said, "Mom," runs to the door, opens the door, and it's not Mom. That's the only thing that makes sense to me why he would open that door. I can't see them opening up that door, him opening up the door for any other reason. If it did, then then he's a stupid kid. I said you got to keep a brick in hand when you have children, because when you have children, if you ain't got a brick in hand, you got to bust these kids in the back of the head with a brick before they get to that door handle. But that makes me think the talismans are still working because the door had to be open. If the talismans ain't working, then there's no need for Ethan to open the door. They're going to bust through the door, and that's going to be it. So for that reason, at that particular time, we have to think that the talismans still do work. She still had to be let inside of the house. So why everybody's outside, it has to be some other reason than the talisman's not working. William is saying maybe the talisman's only working in the daytime now, change the seasons. I mean, they're having the funeral in the daytime, and we don't see any monsters out there. All the monsters that we've seen in the show so far, they were all in this trailer. They were all out at night. We haven't seen any daywalkers yet. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So that would be the only thing I could see there. All right, is anyone else gonna call in? If you're gonna call in, let me know. You know the number right here. You know what I'm saying? 518-290. I don't know what the rest is. 290-0848. You know what I'm saying? Hit the dime up. Let me know what's going on and stuff. If not, then we're gonna wrap it up. It's past 12 o'clock. I know some of y'all gotta head out to the club and shit. I know some of y'all got to get out there and do your thing. If you're in upstate New York, you may have to roll out to Saratoga, or if you're out there, you know what I mean, rolling out there in Utica area. You know what I mean? If you're rolling out there doing your thing and stuff in upstate New York, or if you're down in the city, you got to go out to Manhattan or everything else like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to do your thing. I ain't going to hold you. I want to thank everybody for coming out here, rocking with us, hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow with Phil, LMR. Get them on here and everything else like that. Wait, what? Let me see your super chat. I'm sorry. Where is the super chat? Where is this? Oh, Luna. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You got a few. Let's go through them. Tony, would you rather be surprised with us and theory, or would you rather have pre-screen? All right, I'll answer that real quick. Let me take this call and I'll answer that.
Call from.
1 second, KP. I get offered the episodes every year. Every year they offer me the episodes again, right, from MGM. Cool with the people from MGM, have a good relationship with. I don't watch them. I don't watch them because I'm a theory crafter. It would be rude or disingenuous if I watched it and then acted like I was coming up with a theory. So I'm not that type of cat, you know what I'm saying? So I do get offered them every season. They hit me. I talk to them, you know, because how I get all the guests on the channel and stuff. But I do not watch them early. So I rather watch them when y'all watch them and stuff. It just doesn't. I'm a theory channel. I can't do that. That would be disingenuous, and I don't roll like that. You know, I'm from a different generation. You know what I mean? I'm from the generation where biting nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? From the rap generation, when you get got for doing shit like that. You know what I mean? And everything else. So I don't run like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just where. What up, Craig Conabore? Thank you very much. Albany, New York. I'll be out in Albany all the time, man. I'll be out in Albany all the time. I'll be chilling out there all the time. All right, what's going on, KP?
First of all, we must say that we do appreciate your honesty and your sincerity to the craft, because I know, especially like something like Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, I know a lot of these channels are not coming up with. They are not coming up with some of these theories that they've spitted.
No,
they are not. They are watching they're getting this pre-screening, they're watching it, and then they're trying to connect that back to some shit they said a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, or a year ago, and sounded cool. So, you know, I appreciate that as somebody that consumes a lot of review media. I don't know why I like watching reviews about movies more than I like watching. I don't know. That's weird, right? I don't know why.
One second, okay. Let me answer this, Fletcher Targaryen. It's saying it's Tabitha meeting Jim's father. Tabitha would already know Jim's father. It seems like this guy's a stranger to her. You know what I mean? In that picture, it would be a different situation. And when I look at the pictures on the wall, again, that's Eloise all day. You know what I mean? That's Eloise all day. You know what I'm saying? So I can't see it being Tabitha meeting Jim's father at all. I hear what you're saying. I'll take a look. I understand it, but it seems like that's the first time she ever seen him. And I think that bottle tree being outside that house, I think she would have remembered that shit if she would have seen that bottle tree out there. Like, how would Jim's father know to hang those bottles outside that tree? The only one who would know to hang them bottles outside that tree would be Eloise, because she went through that tree, and maybe she's hoping that she did the same thing to another tree, that her mother would actually come through there. You know what I'm saying? So I can't see that being Jim's father. I'm telling you, that's Victor's father. Guys, you're gonna see. You're gonna see.
Yeah.
Everyone gonna see it. Yeah. Y'all gonna see, man.
I think you're right, Tony. What I was calling in
Christopher. No, Victor's dad ain't Christopher. Hey, Christopher, no, man.
What I was jumping in to say was that your last caller, I think it was the last caller, it might be the second to last, whatever. She convinced me. I know I was saying I wasn't playing the whole who's the dead lady game, but she convinced me with that last comment that, oh yeah, it has to be Kenny. Mm-hmm. Because really and truly, they do not have funerals for everybody. And Kenny's mom is the only person that I think Kenny's mom more so than the nurse lady, simply because of, like, everybody eats food. Not everybody has gotten sick and gone to the hospital. Mm-hmm. Not everybody has needed care services, but everybody has food to eat. Everybody's had some shit they need to store in the back room, whatever. So literally everybody knows Kenny's mom. So I would think that is the best argument I've heard, which totally won me over. In fact, it's won me over to the point where for them to kill somebody else other than Kenny's mom, they have to make a really good case for why they were selling us a total other bill of goods. Because now with that little piece of knowledge, the nurse lady, is it Christy or Christy, right? Christy doesn't make sense with that piece of knowledge, having that piece of knowledge of, like, she gets a real funeral with literally everybody there, mm-hmm. and everybody's somber and present, I don't think Christy has that level of pull. The only other person that would get a funeral like that would be Boyd. That's the only person that I can think of that would war. Not even like I was gonna say. Oh God, the sick lady. Well, the sick lady in the house. What's her name? Donna. Donna. Yeah. I would even hazard to say that even Donna wouldn't get like a full proper funeral. I would hazard to say.
I would say I think they give her a big funeral, Donna. I think she gets.
You think so? But I could see them getting away with not doing it. I can see them getting away with.
The reason why I think people think it's Kenny's, it's the nurse, is because she's got white sneakers on when she gets caught in the bear trap. No doubt about it.
Yes, that is a big.
But foot, you could look at that foot. That's a yellow foot. That's a tiny little foot. This chick got big feet. I remember when she was doing the flash dance shit with a girlfriend, and she was laid up in bed. This chick's feet was long as hell. So that's a tiny foot. You know what I'm saying? That's Asian foot.
Yeah. It's for them to make it somebody else, anybody else, they will really have to do some crafting with that storytelling, because the story doesn't fit there as well if you put anybody else in the situation. So that's my last bit of Syrian. What time are we doing House of the Dragons, Tony? Doing 6:30 on Sunday again?
6:30 Sunday.
This episode, I know we're not on that, but I'm just going to say episode 7 looks like it's going to be where it goes down.
We should. I'll talk about that on Sunday.
Yeah. All right, everybody have a good night. Be well. And keep on calling, man, because I'm not sleepy yet. I could do this for a couple of more hours.
If they call, I'll keep it over. I got 5 minutes. They call, nice. If the phone don't ring in like a minute, then I'm gonna end it. But if it ring, then we'll still talk. Somebody gonna call. I'm sure. All right, man. All right, man. One. No, listen. People ask, do I think Victor is the boy in white? Victor is the boy in white. Guaranteed. That's a done deal. You'll see when it's all said and done. That's a done deal. That's a done deal. The boy in white is a doctor from outside world who's able to jump in and out of timelines. Maybe that's the case. Maybe we'll see, but I don't see that being Jim's father. If it is, I'd be shocked. They fool me, but I don't see that being Jim's father. The guy sounds like Victor. Like when you listen to his voice sounds like Victor. Go back and listen to the voice. Go watch my video, and you see the guy's voice sounds like Victor. I thought it was Victor when he was talking. You know what I mean? That's definitely Victor's father. And if you look at the pictures on the wall, you can look at the pictures on the wall. That is not Jim's kids on that wall. That looks more like, in the end, that looks more like Eloise in the middle. Hey, this is Sonic, your boy. You could agree with whoever you want. You get to be wrong too, bro. And Victor is the boy in white. Y'all will see it. All right, I got proof. I can show you proof right now that Victor's the boy in white, but I'm not even gonna pull that up right now. You know what I mean? But no, we got some. I will talk to y'all about this tomorrow. I'll come back with my peoples and stuff like that. And we'll rock this stuff and everything else. All right. If you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.